Folks, hello and welcome. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Rach and Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. With me is none other than my wife Rachel. If I sound a little goofy, uh, up until about 15 minutes ago, I was napping.
Mhm.
We had dinner. We kind of splurged. We had Singer's Pizza, which is an individual, not pan pizza, but individual small
They're thin crust
thin
pizza.
crust pizzas. You get out here in New York. Haven't had that in months. And I literally had to sleep afterwards. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. This, the absolute, do I enjoy a nap? Certainly. But the absolute need, the crushing need for naps, not mid afternoon, but early evening, has been an after effect of Omicron. And it's guess what? Like, we're about a month and a half since we were diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Shadow, pizza tonight. It's a small world. We got uh again. I haven't had pizza in a while. Did it affect my blood sugar?
Yeah, it went off.
Well,
Mm.
but you know what? Yeah, you got to treat yourself every once in a while. Now, admittedly, we're probably going to treat ourselves again tomorrow. Maybe not as gorging. Well, it's going to be Super Bowl Sunday, so yeah, it'll be gorgingly in some manner. I will have to surmise.
I mean, we can eat in moderation.
Yeah,
A little of this, a little
moderately
of
bad.
that. You know, maybe like half the one thing that you enjoy, and then fill the rest of it with the vegetables and whatnot.
Super
If
Bowl,
there's a possibility for
Super
that.
Bowl Sunday. Stop playing with the feet there with something that's on the floor.
There's a whole bunch on the floor.
Doesn't make a difference. Stop playing with it.
I found dice. I don't know what else. Some kind of embellish thing.
I think there's a. I think that is the kitty thing, the collar that she never wanted to wear.
Oh, you actually tried it on her?
Yeah,
Okay.
she came in from the street. She was like, "I am not wearing no collar." So there you go. That's what retirement is like. Treat a different treat each day, or but you know what? There's something to that, but just switch it around a little bit. That's what retirement is like. Treat each different day different.
Yes.
Because honestly, if and I was in that rut, we treat every day in retirement the same. And first off, you forget what day of the week it is. You know, and I actually at the time, Rach was working. I should have had an idea, but not only that, you get into a rut. You get into it doesn't the days don't mean anything. Now, Rach and I find ourselves together doing something different every day. Not planned,
Mm-hmm.
but we make an effort of
I
doing
mean,
something.
some things
Yeah,
have to be. Like,
doctor's appointments and shit like that.
yeah.
I'm gonna tie your feet together, Rach. I think
I'm just trying to put them flat.
I'm gonna have to hog tie you. Not saying that in a bad way, just saying that in you know, might have to hog tie you. Sorry. So, New York has had pretty good weather the last couple of days.
Yes, we've been very lucky because we've been able to get out walking in our favorite parks and get our doggy there too.
Right. She's been.
Hmm.
We switched her instead of to canned food to fresh commercial food. Is that like yeah. Fresh food from the
Refrigerated
pet
dog
food,
food.
and
Mm.
she's been eating well, but not exercising as much because her walks have been few and far between. She's adopting, and she kind of refuses to. Oh, it's too cold. Oh, it's too wet. Oh, it's but she loves going out. So and she loves to eat.
Yeah.
So she's been putting on a little bit of a paunch. Now, how we figured out, you kind of thought it may just get a little, maybe she's getting a little bit more birthy.
Mm-hmm.
But we walked her yesterday at Forest Park, and if you live in New York and Queens, you probably know Forest Park is huge. And we were on the smaller side of Forest Park where the golf course is, and she decided at one point that I'm not going there. With the direction we were going, and she stopped. And kind of like how you like will pull a jacket over your head or a shirt over your head to take it off, she stopped and decided this shit's coming off,
Hey.
and her harness started coming off, and I was like, "What the?" And you don't want to panic because when you panic, they panic.
And they're gonna run or do
So,
something silly.
the leash isn't that long, but I stopped. Went, I Donka. I didn't. We're talking
Yeah, you get
Donka,
down and you call them, and
and
like you're gonna play.
yeah. And as I start closing the space, she gets free and she starts running off, and I'm like, fuck. And I am not. I'm no longer a runner at 54, congestive heart failure. I'm not. No, running is not me. But I immediately crouched down
Mm-hmm. She
and
responds well to that.
and I called her in her playful manner, and then she came running over, and I grabbed the shit out of her and picked her up. And we got her harness back on her, but now we have to order a new one because she's had this one for years. And like I said, she's not a puppy dog. She's not growing, but she's growing. So
Yeah, so we have to cut back on that refrigerated dog food a little bit. Mix it in with her kibble, so she has to work a little harder for it.
oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did this morning. I found a whole mess of kibble on the floor.
She's like, it's just gonna slow me down, but I'm not gonna eat the kibble.
Mm-hmm.
That ruins my fresh food experience. I don't think so.
We'll see what she does with it tomorrow.
Shadow, my son keeps me alert to what day it is till summer comes. Then it's 2.5 month long game night.
Nice.
You know, honestly, as retirees now, we go to sleep sometime between
1 and 2.
1 and 2. And we wake up sometime between late and later. What?
It's true.
We haven't gotten up after 12 noon yet. I don't know.
No.
I don't know if that's coming, but I mean, it's just.
Hope not.
I hope not too. She is a miniature, long-haired dachshund. She is 7 years old. We got her just under 7 years ago, right?
We got her in 2014, and it was summer. It was like maybe
2014.
July.
So it could be 8 years.
She's going to be 8 in May.
Okay.
Because we got her like in the end of July.
We got the announcement that we were getting the doggy, that we cleared the hurdles as a doggy adopter for a purebred. That June we were at North Texas RPG. Was that our first North Texas or our second?
I'm not sure now.
I'm not sure either, and that's scary. I know we were at North Texas.
Yeah, that's exactly where we heard that, the other family didn't want her.
Yeah, she didn't pass their visual approval
Maybe they
test.
wanted a boy, or maybe they wanted a more dapple coated, because the father was dapple coated and a couple of the puppies were dapple coated, but I didn't care if it had dapple in its coat.
No, and her personality is
beautiful
amazing.
Little chocolate colored and like blonde
eyebrows. When she was a puppy, her blonde eyebrows looked like Groucho Marx eyebrows, which is reversed, kind of, because a big blonde bushy eyebrow, and you're like, this dog can't exist. There's no dog. As she grew, the eyebrows did not grow with her. They got so now they're like smaller and they look normal size, but they're so very blonde. Nice little highlight, this little doggy. Wow, Rach, I drank all my lemonade in the first 10
Help
minutes.
yourself to water if you like.
I think I probably will.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm gonna put ice. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
You got a little extra ice in
And a
your
little
glass.
lemon flavor.
A little lemon flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been walking, getting our walks in last 3 days. It's been good. Now tomorrow is supposed to rain, I think,
Oh,
or snow. Initially it was snow. I don't.
they don't know themselves. So.
We're gonna when it's not supposed to be in the 50s again. It's gonna be upper 20s, low 30s. So it's part of the wonderful experience of New York, and at least the coastal New
New
York.
York winters.
Mm-hmm. You had winter. Okay, 2015. As I was getting ready to retire. Was it 2015? Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. What do you mean?
The winter where we hit the I had Tivas and shorts for Christmas Eve.
Somewhere around there.
Tiva and sandals and shorts for Christmas
Mm-hmm.
Eve. My niece still remembers that. She's like, Uncle, you came over on Christmas Eve with your sandals and your shorts. I'm like, that I did, young lady. That I did. And it was a blast.
Yeah.
So, but
My gold Tivas matched my sparkly reindeer shirt.
it's kind of like Christmas out in California.
Yeah.
It wasn't, what was weird. And then the year my niece was born, which is 11 years ago this past, so 20, she was born in 2010, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we were married in 2011.
Right, so she was 2010. That Christmas, we had the snowstorm that snowed the city in for days. So a few years, you go for what?
I'm trying to remember this. Oh yeah, we were married after she was born.
Yeah, we were dating when you got stuck here.
Yeah, okay. Around the time that she was born, around the Christmas time.
Yeah, you got stuck here.
Yeah, me and Chloe.
Yeah. And yeah, we didn't see my mother on Christmas Day because she was helping my sister with the newborn, and then she got stuck.
Yeah.
For like a week. She could not wait to get back. She's like, just pick me up. I don't care. Get me out of here.
I forgot how much work newborns are.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know. I inherited my son when he was about 14 when his mother passed. And then, Kelly used to be nice. Not so much now. Okay.
No, sir.
Hey, listen, right? The Freedom Convoy is going to start out in California and make its way to wherever they stop it.
Oh, really?
Well,
first Canada, now in US?
Freedom Convoy, they plan on kicking it off in LA.
Oh, an American one.
Mm-hmm. That's what a Super Bowl is. And they're looking to get media attention. And it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, wow. That should be really interesting. Let's see if the media even acknowledges that they're there.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, it's just a weird. It's a weird era to be in. Like when we were young.
Yeah,
it probably applies to most of my listeners or most of our listeners. It has nothing to do with the belts. It just happened, by the way. But when we were young, news was considered to be news. It wasn't there to entertain. It was there to inform. And it certainly was colored. It was certainly slanted to some extent. As we were taught in the police academy, when you testify, you must paint a picture. The same basic testimony presented differently can paint different pictures, and you can present the same information differently and get different pictures. But again, and in the 70s and the 80s, it was mostly about informing the public.
Mm-hmm.
Now, um, I guess since the advent of cable news,
Mm-hmm.
I guess probably since the first Gulf War when CNN was
Mm-hmm.
on the scene, it became more about entertainment, more about let's about
Being the first to break.
first to break the news and accuracy be damned. Now, I'm coming at this from somebody. My perspective might be not be a little bit different. I have been called uh, a journalist. I don't see myself as a journalist. An investigative reporter, maybe. A muckraker to some extent. Um, but our industry doesn't generally have as much of that. Like we get news from what is it like Clownfish TV, right, or other stuff because we don't have a news source. We generally don't have investigative reporters, right? We don't have people that will spend their time looking at stuff. They people want things because of hits on the blog and views on YouTube. So I know of a few people. I like to consider myself amongst them that will sit on stuff and you know try to make sure what they share is accurate. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes you're sitting on something and then 17 other sources will put it out. So I can understand even with the major networks. We had this news. You know, three local stations and Russian Times have come out with the story. Now we can't vet it any further. We need to run with it, or else we're not accurate and timely. And again, accurate and timely is often
That's sort of taking the hit from, and people just run with whatever the other person has.
yeah. So I think when we saw the news cycle was all right. You had I guess the 5 o'clock news, the local news at 5, which you could watch during your evening dinner. And then you had the 6 to 6:30 or 6 to 7 national news, network news, and that was it. Now it's 24/7. So news has become more of a commodity, more entertainment than actual information. So yeah, we went off on a tangent on that one.
Yeah. So speaking of gamers health, I continued to do my TRX this week, and I'm seeing an emoji.
We got Melbourne, and we got somebody on
Oh, cool.
that's not the other side of the pond. That's
that's the other side of the world, hon.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. But yeah, like I've been doing the TRX, the suspension training still during the week, and it's been really helpful and nice. Like you really feel the benefit pretty quickly with that in terms of developing core strength. So I've been happy with that. My knee has been flaring up.
Mine last night too, and
Yeah.
I woke me up.
Mine's been for like a good part of the week. And I don't know whether it's because it's gone from cold to warmer, and back again, or, what's going on with it. But it's been kind of tender, and I've, had to elevate it and stuff. So, or if it could be the pistol squats that I was attempting. I'm a big lady trying to do pistol squats.
So time out.
What?
You are speaking to the uneducated, which includes me.
So pistol squat is like a one-legged squat where you raise one leg and you squat down on the other leg.
Okay. But by the way, before you continue on,
and they're pretty strenuous if you're not, if you're novice to exercise, which
We pretty much.
I am.
relatively.
Yeah. And so like so, a friend of mine told me how to do it and I was like, all right, well, let's give it a shot. I don't go down very low, but it's still like I guess a stressor on that leg. So I still stayed with it, but I just dropped the pistol squats for now. And maybe my body just needs time to, build up to that. So I've just been doing the two-legged squats like normal, like the normal two-legged squats and just do a little extra so that this way, yeah, I can kind of protect that knee.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jamie the Red has a comment. I think you'll appreciate this one.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, I think you need to add a blade to that razor. Yes. And I thought about that last night, and then I was like,
And then it just went out of my mind.
and because before I did the live stream last night, it was just going to be initially me and Joe, and I was like, oh, well, it's got to be a really close picture, and maybe nobody will notice. And then we had on Uber guests. We had on Rob Conley. We had Matt Jackson. And then I was like, oh, wow, it's good. Even smaller head. And then it's like, oh, look, Tim Shorts is popping in. And it's even smaller head. And then I took that nap. And I woke up from the nap. I can get up and shave, or I can tell Alexa, snooze for 5 more minutes. Rach, what option did I choose?
Snooze.
So
you usually choose snooze.
We both usually choose snooze.
Yeah, that's true.
I choose
to snooze.
To snooze. It's so, but yeah, here's the issue. Okay, when it comes to shaving, and I'll be honest with you, this is kind of strange enough, but I enjoy actually using I guess lather and a regular blade. I enjoy that shave, but because I have congestive heart failure, I take blood thinners. Generally, what I do is I take a beard trimmer out and I'll trim the beard, touch up the goatee, and then I'll break out the electric razor and I'll trim everything down. And then I'll take out a little lather for around the neck and trim up what little trimmings. And shaving has become such a bloody effing chore.
Oh, more of a chore than when
I was just using a blade. So it becomes now. There's something that getting onto that topic that I don't think I even realized until last week. Before, when I say before, for me, there's just two parts of my life. There's before heart failure, after heart failure. And before heart failure, I have most of the people in my wife the exception, they need coffee in the morning to get up and function. All right, give me coffee. I need coffee. My coffee with my shower. Now I don't take long showers, right, Rich? I take quick showers. I'm in the shower. I'm out. I used to do the shower shit shave when I had to get out to work early in the mornings, and you roll out of bed, and 15 minutes later you're leaving the house with your hair still damp, but you didn't care. Of course, you get out in 15 minutes, and that meant your shower shit shave routine allowed you to sleep an extra 10 minutes compared to what it would normally take you. Okay. But I always enjoyed my showers. My showers were my coffee. Then I had congestive heart failure. And one of the things that I didn't know was congestive heart failure, but I was retaining water. I was retaining fluids. I had a lot of chest congestion and a lot of, I've always had postnasal, so I can't even, make claims about that. But it got to the point where even stepping into the shower was discomfortable. But the shower could loosen some
What
of
was it?
this
The
up.
little appliques on the bottom? That was
No, just stepping.
bothering your feet.
No, just getting my legs high enough to step into the shower.
Okay.
Remember, I had
yeah, that's true.
So, now I didn't. I would take a shower daily. You could tell me we had 10 minutes to get out of the house. If I overslept, then I would probably hop in the shower and then rinse my mouth with mouthwash instead of brushing my teeth because it was more important for me to shower to wake up. Now, I find myself showering every other day, every third day. Now, post heart failure, post my 4 stents, post losing some of the weight, and watching what I eat and all that stuff, I don't sweat like I used to, so I don't stink like I used to. But the act of a shower being this enjoyable aspect of my life, it doesn't have that same endorphin effect that it used to have for me.
Mm-hmm.
When you hop in a shower, it would wake you up and it would energize you. And now it's kind of like the hopping in a shower is because you need to hop in the shower. So it's not like, oh, gee, I want to do it. It's, oh, gee, I have to do it. So, and I like to shave. When I used to do my blade shaving, I would shave after the shower. You soften up the beard, go real quick. And I could go quick. I had a face that I could probably shave everything in a minute. If I did it on a daily basis, I could shower, shit, and shave, and the shaving literally took a minute. Um, Now the electric razor process, it takes much longer, and it is not as much fun or enjoy. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the longest. That's the long explanation as to why I'm a scruffy. Now the person that's to live with the scruffy is Rach, and I do have my sympathies for her, but maybe on
And that poor sensitive skin.
maybe on some level, this is a a deep subconscious revenge for getting woken up in the middle of the night with the tossing of the hair into my fucking face because she'll have it back in a ponytail.
So
It's hold
probably
on.
down to my waist.
No. It's off camera. So here, we're gonna do this, folks. This is how long Rachel's hair is, and we can see it on there. So now, if you take this at night, right, and you bunch it up, and you're sleeping with your back to me, all right, and I'm facing with my face toward you, and then you lean back with your head for whatever fucking ungodly reason I can't think of.
Probably because I'm dreaming something's happening.
And it's like,
no.
and then you wake up, you're like somebody just hit me with a soft mallet in my face. What the hell is that? And then I get the because now maybe I'm partially on her hair, so now she's getting rightfully annoyed that I'm tugging on her hair, but that has nothing to do or compare to the fact that she woke me up with the soft mallet of blonde hair in my face, my mouth, my nose because of reasons. So I'm not saying that this is the scruff that, but now
It's payback.
it's payback.
From
Damn
something you can't control.
it. So the goatee is something that I've had
Since retirement.
since retirement. I think I started growing it the day I stopped reporting to work. I started running time. That would be St. Patrick's Day of 2016. Wow, we're coming up on 6 years. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
But I had intended, my niece could tell these stories, of growing my hair long enough to put it up in like a ponytail. I got news for you. My hair does not grow long like that. My hair just kind of becomes Bushman, like, I don't know, like out. It doesn't want to stay down.
See, that's a lot of us. Like, I have a very tight curl pattern, so if it was short,
Yes.
it would be like afro.
Okay. Well, so it wasn't happy. I gave it like 6 months, and then even I had to say I look like shit. So, but I kept the goatee, and I'll be honest with you. I'm sure Rachel's here on this part. Every once in a while, especially recently, I kind of go, I wonder if I should shave it all off again.
And of course, I'd say,
do it now. Do it on the show. Do it for charity.
Oh, even better.
No. I for years I used to have a mustache. I had a mustache before I became a cop. I had a mustache in the academy. Had a mustache for my first few years as a cop. and my and it was that thick stash. I had
Mhm.
it was much thicker than it is now. I don't know why that is, but it was a thick stash. And I remember the guys in my squad, my team, like, oh man, hey, dude, I'll give you like $10 to shave it off. This is back around like I don't know, probably late '98, early '99. I'm like, what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they were gonna. So you had to, oh, 10 cars. Eric's never gonna take this off. No, he's never. It will never happen. So it happened because um, we arrested some prostitutes in the on a weekend, like it was the afternoon, and we came in and we put them in the cells, and I was going to go process them, but I told them I'd be right back, and I went and I took off my vest, my gun belt, and I shaved, took the mustache off, came down to finish processing the lovely young ladies of the afternoon, and they went into a panic that I was not their arresting officer. They didn't know who the hell I was. Get the hell away. This is a trick. You're trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do. Get them to admit to further crimes. I have no idea.
Aw.
But the panic was
Frighten
real.
them.
And I had to actually take out my ID, my NYPD ID, put it up next to my face, say, see, same face with mustache on the ID. No mustache now because it was bizarre. But I had it off for years and pretty much until I retired.
Mm.
Goatee or Van Dyke? You know, what's happening,
What does
Shadow?
that mean, Van Dyke?
Well, it's hard to explain, but the problem with mine is that it's so gray, which is another reason why I'm really thinking it's so gray in the beard that it probably is better off just taking it off. The mustache, less gray, but there
Mhm.
is so much gray. It is probably good for getting senior discounts.
Yeah, when you wore it like that, we were getting senior discount at Friendlies and
Yeah,
Taco Bell. Yeah.
you got to make it work, but
Don't know why I couldn't say Taco Bell there.
I went for the Van Dyke so I can shave quick style in a shower without a mirror. Nah, my face, I think if I could do this or do nothing, and it might turn out to be do nothing. However, the advantage of having the goatee is that you get a few extra days of growth before people start complaining about your side growth, as opposed to just like, dude, fucking shave. If people go, oh, maybe he's trying to go for an effect. No,
Oh, I don't know.
everyone thinks I'm my son's grandfather. That's what happened with me and my niece. And this, I was off from work for a week, and I let I started. I think I experimented with the goatee real quick. It was only like maybe a week and a half's worth. I had to come off, but went back to work. But I experimented with it, and we were at Friendlies, me and my niece, and I was still working because I came back to work and was bitching about it to my fellow officers. And we get the Friendlies bill, and I'm looking, and it says senior discount, and it's 15% taken off the bill. And it's just me and Shannon. And I was like, what the? And I was like making a face, and I'm looking at it. And Shannon, God bless her, she was like, what, 4,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5. She's like, what's wrong, Uncle? I go, I just got a senior discount. She goes, what's a senior discount? I go, well,
It's for old people.
yeah.
Then.
I go, Shannon, apparently they think I'm your grandfather and they took 15% off the bill. Now, again, good kid. What's 15%? So whatever it was, it's like, $3 off the bill. And she looks at me and she goes, well, Uncle, $3 off the bill. That's good. Are you complaining? And I was like, no,
Practical kid.
not really complaining, sort of, hopefully not.
Yeah.
All right. I'll accept it, but man, it really makes you think, you know. Randall, your beard went white when you were in your 30s. Well,
Oh,
I got my first gray hair. I was 18, on my way to, I think, my mother's cousin Barbara's house. I'm in the back seat of the car with my sister, who must have been just turned 14. And Nat is going through my hair like she's a primate looking for bugs. I'm like,
I'm
what?
sure that.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Yeah. So I'm like, really, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, hold on a second. And then she goes and she grabs, pulls her hair out. She goes, you got a gray hair. I go, oh shit, I got a gray hair. Wait, there's more. I go, stop. She's like, what? I go, I never knew I had any. You know, stop.
Yeah, my sister started getting that, and she started going gray, I think, in college, and then coloring the hair.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I started getting a few grays, and then I had my father, who really doesn't get too many grays, but he never lost his head of hair, but it thinned greatly.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're gonna have a head of hair that thins. I'm like, well, thank you. This used to be brown. This I don't know what you would call this
You
now.
still salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. When I get my hair cut, it all looks gray when it comes off. It's all you see is gray in that mess. So I've yet to break down to the point where it's like, should I get hair club for men or Grecian formula? Wasn't that the
Yeah,
men's?
hair club is plugs.
No, I don't need the plugs.
Isn't that what that is?
You're right. It's the Grecian formula, right?
The Ronald Reagan.
Just brush it in your hair, and the gray will be gone. I haven't broken down and gotten to that point yet. I hope I don't.
No. Let nature be.
Let nature be. Let it be. But so now something else that is related to heart failure is when I had heart failure, my neck, I normally have about a 17 to 18, 17 and a half, 18-inch neck. And of course, when the scruff gets a little bit scruffier, it becomes a little bit more annoying. So, well, I had a congestive heart failure. That neck probably became like a 24, 25, maybe even larger. So I was taking a lot of my shirts that weren't V-neck and literally just out of panic taking scissors out and wrecking otherwise good shirts. So now I find I have no patience, anything for a round collared neck,
like a crew neck or a boat neck.
I need a V-neck. I don't want anything that feels like it's coming close to my neck. So little things, you don't think about it. The psychological aspects of illness.
It goes back to trauma. Like, we store traumatic memory in our physical body. So like when we experience that same feeling, you're gonna think of that. You're gonna be reminded, and so now it's like, let me have my V-necks, and this way I don't have to cut the shirts, because we were cutting like a regular T-shirt down the center a little bit to
open it up
and be more comfortable and not to.
Yeah. So I mean,
I remember one time one of the family members gave you a shirt, and you were like, "I can't wear this. It's just too tight. It's suffocating." You just had to get it off.
Yeah, So we don't always realize the long-term effects of what is an effect on us, right? It doesn't always click in. You don't always say to yourself, "Oh, well, I was retaining water, and now that I no longer am, all the effects are gone." No, it still cycles around your head, and you don't expect it, and you even accepting it. Here's the thing: initially, I didn't know why I was not enjoying my showers anymore. I just knew I wasn't, and then then it became. Now that I know, I probably should get myself in there more often. Maybe I'll start enjoying them again.
Well, when we have Johnny, our contractor, come, we'll get something nice done in there. So it's it can be like just aesthetically pleasing and also like physically like calming and soothing. You know,
I don't know, but okay.
so that you enjoy your showers.
I don't know. I think for me it's still more psychological than
Hmm.
anything. Again, I went out. I would take a shower to bring up the fluid that was in the chest and get it out, and that was just a horrible. And I would have to be in the shower long enough that I would be running podcasts, stuff they don't want you to know, stuff that you should know, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which we used to listen to podcasts all the time.
Hmm.
I don't listen to these podcasts anymore because, again, I guess the memories of why I
You know,
was
you're right.
listening.
We haven't been listening to those even on rides
Yeah.
to
So I think
anywhere.
I,
Like
and
the longer car trips.
I think that is a
Hmm.
huge part of it. I think that is,
The associations are still
yeah.
uncomfortable.
And it can take a long time, even with the knowledge. I mean, when I was a kid, when I was young, I guess still a toddler, um, I was hospitalized and for like a week and a half, and they had to put me on IVs, and I like first it was in the arm, then it was the legs, and then when that wouldn't work, the forehead,
Oh.
wherever they could get,
Hmm.
a vein, and then that progressed for me as a child into a fear of needles.
Yeah, I
That
had
fear
that
of
too.
that fear of needles lasted me into adulthood.
Yeah, me too. And then it just like got really inappropriate to like fist fight the
And
doctor, and
18 punching the doctor out. I mean, for me at 18, at 17, I passed out in the ER because they were going to give me a tetanus shot and waited in
I
front of my.
cried. I would have cried. I would
Uh,
like,
and there was no crying. I passed out. Smelling salts. Um, but the thing is, that actual incident there allowed me to comprehend that my fear of needles was not good, not right, not healthy. Thank God, because flash forward about 10 years from there, and I'm in the police academy, and you were getting a flu shot. There was no, uh, it was mandated. Basically, you came in, you went to the gym, and they got to the gym and they lined you up. I'm like, why am I being lined up? And you all lined up, freezing your asses off because you're lined up in the hallway that leads to the front door of the academy in your gym shorts and t-shirt. And you were being lined up because everyone was getting a goddamn flu shot.
oh,
And you had, there were, so what are you going to do? Are you going to pass out in front of, like, faint in front of your fellow officers? You
yeah.
can't do that. So, you know.
Yeah, I used to like try to hide for a long time, for months, from the infection control nurse when I worked over at the hospital. She always ended up finding me like just before like holidays. Like it would like they would have the flu shots out in like October or something, and then they'd be like having people just like come forward, and then like when most of the staff didn't come forward, they actually started hunting people. And then I was able to like stay on the lam until like just before Christmas.
The habitat of the social worker is such that we have to look in the employee lounge.
Oh
Now,
no, we were in the back building.
sometimes she's found on the streets eating, what are those churros from a garbage can that you are eating?
That was often.
Yes.
or tostada. Are there tostadas?
I don't know, but
The corn thingies.
all I know, not that she was eating from a dirty garbage can. This is how they brought the food.
They'd make the food, they'd store it in a garbage can to keep it warm,
Mm.
and then they'd serve it to you in the garbage can.
Hello, welcome to
Jackson Heights.
Well, technically, you were still in Elmhurst. Elmhurst Hospital is still located
Baxter Avenue
at Elmhurst
on the
Hospital.
83rd.
It was it at how far away was it from Elmhurst?
So at the back of the hospital,
Uh-huh.
I was working at the back of the hospital, but then you cross the street over Baxter Avenue to 83rd Street.
You might, I don't know.
So I think it was actually
You
Jackson Heights then.
all right. You were on the cusp.
Actually, no, we were in Elmhurst because it was right below Roosevelt.
All right. So then, yeah. See, I
But
kind
everybody
of
refers to that as Jackson Heights.
yeah. What can I say? What can I tell you? So, all right. Damn, we're at the 45-minute mark. Not too bad, not too shabby. I for somebody again who just spoke up minutes before this, and again, I apologize for the scruff, somewhat.
We'll work on that for next week.
I gotta descruffify for football tomorrow. I got to dress to impress at the pub. Well, as best you can. It's the pub. Who am I impressing? Spats?
Yeah. But he doesn't shave either.
No, we're lucky few showers. Oh God. Oh, and before we pop off to that was the event of this past week, which kind of threw things off. The owner of our pub, John, which we know many Johns.
Another
John. He passed of heart problems, heart-related issues. Not a huge surprise, still upsetting. Well, we don't know what the future of our local pub is yet, so it probably won't get sorted for another week or two. So it's kind of like pins and needles, because it is the center of a lot of this community out here, and that's you're not going to reinvent the wheel when the wheel happens to pass away. You just don't have the wheel. So
right, he's somebody who's been involved with us for a while, and that him and that place,
yes,
and that family, have meant a lot to us. Like, they've seen us through all of our family milestones, like our marriage, birthdays, and like promotions, and
it's
coming of age for Chris.
Oh yeah, they likely would have served him before he was 21. He would not do that to them. Once he turned 21, he wouldn't stop. He was like, "I'm 21. You give me what the hell?"
He likes his
007.
His 007s he liked for a while, but he hasn't been into that.
Yeah,
now he's
drinks,
cooled out, drinks Corona.
Yeah, but no lime.
Oh yeah, that's too exotic.
Don't mess my beer up by giving me a lime. Jesus. Thank you, Shadow. Yeah, John was a good man. Yeah, he really, but he was Irish and stubborn. So, not necessarily one to take instruction well, even from doctors.
No.
So, in any case, folks, we're going to wrap this up. I do appreciate everybody who's popped in, asked us questions, made comments. It's huge. It means a lot. It makes me waking up from my nap worthwhile. But honestly, we can't thank you enough. Now, as usual, all right, Rach and I, Rach is Irish.
Another Irish, yeah.
She uses language that I can't, but she can get away with it because she was female and Irish. But listen, we're in the midst of the world of the pandemic. Even if things are looking better, even if, dare I say it, states like New York State are opening up, no more masking. Say it ain't so. But listen, whether you are vaccinated or not, whether you mask or not, honestly, doesn't matter to me, because I happen to be vaccinated and I hate masks. So, you know what? Again, masking I can, but if you don't get vaccinated, I'm not going to tell you what to do, aside from saying, Ignore the talking heads, whether it's on YouTube, mainstream TV, corporate news. Listen, talk to your medical professionals, the ones that know you and have been treating you for years, and be guided by their advice. All right. If anybody has your best interest at heart, it'll be them. All right. Because it's not like buying a shirt off the rack and you just go, oh, I'm going to take this shirt. Because I say before, what's going to fit me is not going to fit Joe the lawyer. It's not going to fit Glenn Hallstrom. It's not going to fit Bad Mike. We're not the same size. We're not the same height. We're not the same build. Everything it has. This is your life. This is a medical procedure, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
One size does not fit all. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well. And God willing, we'll be back again tomorrow. I have money in Super Bowl pools. Oh, and Rach, I didn't tell you. So like DraftKings now allows like betting in New York State. New York State, you can and one of the promotions this week is you can put $1 down on who wins the coin toss at the beginning of the game.
Oh.
And if you're right, you know how much you win?
$1?
$100.
No way.
So 50-50 chance for $1 bet. I'm in for that.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah, Larry, thank you for dropping in. We're in for 2 boxes in the $100 pool. I don't know, a half dozen boxes in the $50 pool. I don't go much bigger than that. I could lose a couple $100 and bat an eye. If you take 1,000, that could have been used for a car payment or two.
Yeah.
If nothing else, the woman next to me would be giving me that evil look for an extended period of time. And if I get the evil look, I'd rather earn it. At least,
and have like gaming books and whatever
Yeah.
to show for it.
Yeah, no. Oh, imagine the amount of gaming books I could get with a good win. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm weird about gambling. I get like
I know.
nervous about it.
Again, folks, thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what kind of an update's going on. The wacky world of gaming is spinning around as we speak.
Oh my God, is it ever?
But but for next weekend, there should be some good stuff that I can actually like review. That will be surprise worthy. So I'm looking forward to it. And we're gonna have a special guest, I think, every Wednesday night from here through March with Mike and I. So good stuff coming on this channel. We hope. Maybe. All right, folks. Laters.
Thank you. Take
Night,
care.
night.